14 princes, 1 ship, invisible monsters made of aura, and a succession ritual so cruel it makes Game of Thrones look like a family picnic. Today, we're sailing straight into the masterpiece that is the Succession War arc in Hunter x Hunter. So, let's set the scene. Long ago, Kakin was a vulnerable nation on the verge of being absorbed by its neighbors. Desperation drove its first monarch to make an unconscious use of Nen and create the Seed Urn. The king then used it to force his heirs into a deadly succession contest, believing that only a ruler forged through struggle could preserve the kingdom. It was a cruel gamble, but it worked. Fast forward 30 years ago, during the Shinrinken incident, Kakin transformed from a socialist empire into a parliamentary democracy, and it modernized without losing its edge. Under King Nasubi Huiguo-Rao, the current ruler, who won his time's secession contest and is overseeing the ongoing succession war we'll be talking about today. So let's look at Prince number 1, Benjamin. He's the eldest son, the deputy military advisor, and the guy is a tank. His philosophy, mainly at the beginning of the arc, can be summarized as might makes right, and he has the muscle to back it up. In our first encounter with him, we see him casually choking out a lion while on the phone with Tserriednich. He's aggressive, supremely self-confident, and views the succession contest as simple housekeeping. He calls it pruning the royal family tree. Winning the throne is just the first step. His real goal is to use Kakin to conquer the entire world. Now, his brother Tserriednich thinks he's just a meathead, but that's a bad read. Benjamin is impulsive. He always takes the most direct, violent path, but he's not stupid. He's a smart tactician once he has good intel. He just prefers to get that intel by kicking the door down. He also inspires an intense, paternal loyalty in his men. They are all 100% willing to die for him, and that loyalty is the foundation for his main Nen ability. Speaking of Nen, Benjamin is a powerful Nen user, probably an enhancer. His Ken is so tough that when Camilla unloaded a pistol at him, he just stood there and let the bullets flatten against his aura. But his Hatsu, Benjamin Batten, is the real problem. It allows him to inherit the Nen abilities of his private soldiers when they die. And it's not just Temu's version of Krollo's skill hunter. He's already got some pretty good abilities using this one of his. Alright, let's talk about the second prince, Camilla. If Benjamin is a tank, Camilla is a landmine wrapped in a silk bow. On the surface, she's this beautiful and elegant princess. But underneath that, she is incredibly sadistic, impatient, and incredibly self-centered. She's the kind of person who casually orders her own mother to assassinate her brother Hulkenberg, and then immediately goes back to talking about designer clothes. Essie. She even refers to herself as Cammy when talking to her father, trying to sound cute while asking him to make biological death the only way to win the contest. She genuinely believes the world is unfair because her siblings don't just volunteer to die for her. And in one occasion, her impatience shows without filter. While everyone else is scheming, Camilla gets fed up, grabs a gun, and decides to walk over to Benjamin's room to kill him herself. This is where we see her true power. One of Benjamin's guards, Musa, intercepts her. He's smart. He sees her in a state of zetsu and correctly guesses she has a counter-type ability. He decides to shoot her anyway, hitting her 3 times, and she drops dead. But then, her Hatsu activates. It's called Cat's Name, the cat who lived 1,000,000 times, and it's a post-mortem Nen ability. The instant she dies, a giant cat-like Nen beast appears behind her killer, squashes Musa into a paste, and then pours his extracted life force back into Camilla. She's resurrected on the spot, completely healed. She's basically invincible, but with a huge catch. Her ability only triggers if she's killed. She's powerless if you just don't kill her. She walks right into Benjamin's room, empties her gun on him, which he just tanks with Ken, and gets herself arrested. Her invincible ability is completely useless against an opponent who won't take the bait. And, just to make things worse, her separate guardian spirit beast is this jellyfish-like creature that's a coercive type manipulator. We don't know the conditions yet, but it's designed to take complete control of a target. So she's a puzzle. You can't kill her, you can't ignore her, and if you play by her rules, you lose. Okay, moving on to the third prince, Zhang Lei. He's more of a politician and strategist. He's got this very distinct, monk-like appearance and a calm, calculating vibe. His philosophy is that a true king has to master both the light and the dark sides of society, which is why he's already the official benefactor of the Shiyu Mafia family. Zhang Lei is cautious and values information. The first thing he does when the contest is announced is go to his father and ask, "Hey, what are the exact rules for survival and dropping out?" He's trying to find the loopholes before the game even starts. He's also one of the first to call Kurapika for an explanation of Nen. He makes a 200 IQ play when Kurapika shows up. Zhang Lei immediately notices that one of Benjamin's spies, TubeBa, is in the room, so he politely ends the meeting. He's smart enough to avoid giving free intel to his main rival, and his guardian spirit is this giant, cool-looking, floating, flaming Dharma chakra with a face. Its ability is to conjure one coin every day. At first, he's confused. This ability seems useless in a direct fight, so he starts testing it, giving one to his guard, Tenftori, as a thank you bonus. On a certain level, we could say that Zhang Lei is kind of neglecting the battle royale, exploring his ability and building a loyal, Nen-powered army for his future kingdom. Let's just hope he doesn't die in the process, cause that'd be, well, not so good for his plans. And oh boy, what can we say about the fourth prince, Tserriednich? This guy is, without a doubt, the main antagonist of the arc, and that's no easy feat. He tries to project the image of an incredibly polished, erudite, and intellectual man. He loves philosophy, he loves art, but in private he's an absolute monster. He's a sociopath who collects human body parts as art, and most importantly for the story, he's the current owner of a large collection of scarlet eyes, which puts him on a direct collision course with Kurapika. If all of that wasn't enough, the guy also has incredible talent with Nen, and I really mean it. He's way, way beyond Gon and Killua's level of talent. His guard, Theta, calls him pure, unbridled evil, and is desperate to stop him from learning Nen, but it's too late. Tserriednich is a one-in-a-generation Nen prodigy. He masters the basics in hours, and his water divination test reveals he's an incredibly sinister specialist, which just makes things worse. He's so powerful, he's already juggling two insane abilities. His guardian spirit beast is this grotesque horsewoman creature that acts as a living lie detector. If you lie to him, it attacks you. With some extras. Good extras, by the way. But his own Hatsu, which he developed by accident in just a few days, is the real nightmare. It's called Parallel Future, and for those of you who watched JoJo, it's King Crimson. But if you didn't watch JoJo, I also have a video about Tserriednich here that explains this guy and his ability in more detail. Alright, last for this video, TubeBa, the fifth prince. She's the family scientist. Forget the princess in a dress stereotype. She's all business and wears suits, which gives her this sharp, intellectual vibe. Her approach is calm and analytical. It's all based on strategy. Her thing is gathering information and finding an angle. She's no brawler, so she has to play smart. She's so pragmatic that she even proposed an alliance with Tserriednich, a guy she knows is a monster, just because it might help take out their older, stronger siblings. Her other big move was targeting Kurapika immediately. She didn't want to attack him though. She wanted to learn from him. She sent her guards, Maor and Longhi, straight into his Nen classes to form a truce and gain a new partner. And just to be clear, TubeBa herself doesn't get her hands dirty. We haven't seen any personal Hatsu or combat skills from her at all. She relies on her brain and her subordinates to handle the dirty work. Her main weapon is, if we can even call it a weapon, her guardian spirit beast. It's a giant frog-like creature on wheels that perfectly matches her scientist theme. It's a transmuter. Its ability is collaborative, which means it needs a research partner to even function. Basically, it's a walking chemical factory. It can synthesize a wide range of drugs inside its body. Think poisons, antidotes, who knows what else. The full potential is still a mystery, but it's massive. And fitting her personality, the beast is extremely cautious. It didn't even reveal itself in her room until her guards had successfully secured the truce with Kurapika, which is, by the way, a very good sign for her survival. And that's also good for us, since her guardian spirit beast could be very useful for whatever ill-related things we might find on the Dark Continent. So, if you watched this far, I'm pretty sure you liked the video in some way, so please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. This is just the beginning, and that was it for today.